Quick moment for the shirt. Thank you. Hello everyone and welcome back to Save Your Tears. I'm your host Madison Guest, and today we're going to be diving into some more unpopular opinions from the subreddit, from the Dance Moms subreddit. I'm going to be reacting to them and be giving in my 2 cents. I did the part 1 of this episode a couple weeks ago, so go check that out first if you haven't seen it yet. Basically, I made a post in the r/dancemoms subreddit, and I was like, hey, comment your unpopular opinions, and I got like over 100 comments on it. Because I got so many comments and so many different takes, I was like, I really need to do a part 2. So here I am. Right off the bat, this one says, I don't like Maddie's Amazing Grace dance. I feel like the choreography doesn't match the music and doesn't have the fluidity that it should. I don't know if that's Maddie's fault or the choreographer's, but the steps felt rushed and I didn't transition into each other very well. I tend to agree. I really don't know why for that specific nationals Abby decided for her to do Amazing Grace. God, my hair looks, ow! Oh my god, this is why I don't like press-on nails. I just got stuck underneath my nail. Fuck. Ow. That hurt.
Child. Anyway, so
Someone beneath said that they never thought Maddie's national solos were that great except for Manhattan season 1. Manhattan is one of my favorite Maddie solos. And Maddie has done a lot of really great dances, but I tend to agree that her national dances are a little bit overrated. Like, I feel like the ones that she performed at nationals were not as great as the ones that she performed at like different regional competitions. If Chloe hadn't gotten kicked out of nationals in season 3 and actually got to compete like a really good solo against Maddie, then maybe she could have beat Maddie again. But I think Abby was just really excited that Chloe wasn't going to nationals, because Chloe beat Maddie at nationals the season before, and you know, Abby didn't fuck with that very much. Like, season 4 premiere, Abby brought Maddie a cake saying congratulations on winning nationals or something, when first off they literally won, their group dance won. If you're gonna get a cake, why not celebrate the group dance winning, because that's what everyone worked on. And also that was a slap in the face to Chloe, because Chloe didn't get a cake after she won nationals. She got Sophia Lucia, world record title holder for doing the most pirouettes, and had to go against her. I have a lot of feelings about this. Dance Moms should have ended after season 5. Season 6 through 8 felt superfluous. What's that word? And the conversation around the ethics of children in reality TV should have been louder in 2016 to prevent season 7 and season 8. Same reason why I'm not watching the reboot. Season 6 through 8 were not my favorite. I feel like that's when the show got like a lot less authentic. And like the times when like production like interfered and like actually made drama happen, I feel like that was more obvious in season 6 and 7 and 8. That to say, I did watch the reboot and I did like it. It's not as good as the original. 6 through 8 was like the worst to watch, but I also feel like that was like probably the worst time to be on the show, because that's when Abby was like really starting to lose it. Her legal issues were like starting then, and she was just more evil and cruel. And that's basically when they moved to LA. When they moved to LA, the whole show changed. Wasn't necessarily bad when they first moved to LA, but it did kind of change the tone of the show, because Dance Moms, like, the appeal to the show originally was that it was like a homey, like, I don't know, I had like a small town homey feel to it. I mean, Pittsburgh's not a small town, but you know, all the girls knew each other, like they all grew up together, and with all of like the different cast changes, it was different in the later seasons, like when everyone was like super good. I mean, there were weak links, but even like the weak links were like considerably better than like your average dancer. So I don't know, it kind of just, it felt very out of touch. Yeah, so basically I agree. Okay, this one has a lot of words, so I'm just gonna put it up and pause it if you want to read the whole thing. Okay, so like the drama between the Maddie and Kalani duet versus Paige and Chloe. Basically, Kalani was originally on Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. They were originally supposed to just compete that at another competition, but Abby decided to put that duet up against Chloe and Paige. And that is kind of what started the whole fight between Kelly and Abby.
That my daughter looks miserable, so maybe we should put Kalani in her place.
No, I never said that.
Yes, you most certainly did.
No, I didn't, dingbat. Listen, I said, Brooke, is your mother
Get
speaking
your
for
finger
you? Do you
out
want to
of
be
my face. Girls, out the room.
Yeah,
Girls,
you would eat
out
me.
the room. Out the room.
Get away from me.
Out the room. Girls, out of the room. Who do you think you are?
That ultimately led to the Highlands leaving the show. I'm like watching through the show again right now, and I just watched this episode, and you know, I was like thinking at this point in the show, this is when like Abby like really became like just focused on Maddie, like, and you can tell in the episodes leading up, like, you know, she was talking to Maddie like, you've been carrying this team for years, blah blah blah, and she really, like, she's always like fluffed Maddie up, but she's really like fluffing her up, really focusing on her like at the beginning of season 4. And I think it did get to Maddie's head, and I'm not like saying this to put blame on Maddie because she was a kid. You know, they were all like whispering in Maddie's ear and like making her lie about stuff, like for example, like how Maddie like had extra privates for many years and like she didn't tell anyone, not even Mackenzie, her own sister, knew. So I think Maddie did know about the Sapphires duet dance, but I don't think that I didn't tell Chloe because I just don't think she genuinely thought it'd be that big of a deal. I don't think Maddie had like ill intentions, but it was kind of a shitty thing of her to do. And it sucks because that, you know, did put a big damper in her friendship with Chloe and also Paige. And also like, Chloe and Paige's duet Wishbone is so good. It's like one of my favorite dances, I think, on the show. It's also the last time Paige gets on stage on the show, and it's with Chloe, who's like her best friend. So it's really sweet. But yeah, this part of the show is really bizarre. It's like a little unsettling seeing how much Abby idolizes Maddie, but also expects everyone else to like idolize her too, even though she's a 10-year-old. Maddie was the hardest working, wanted it more than anyone, and deserved every single opportunity given to her. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's clear Maddie wanted this more than anyone else. I mean, obviously she was the best, but I do think she worked the hardest, and that's not to say that like the other girls didn't work hard, but you could see Maddie's like passion the most, I think. And like she got most of the opportunities because she was Abby's favorite, but also I think even if you just remove that out of the factor, like if you were to bring in like a third party, Maddie would still win because she was just the best. And that's all there is to it. JoJo was also abused and traumatized, and we need to be more understanding and patient with her. People don't grow up all at once, and she has had more cameras in her face than any of us at her age. Instead of making fun of her, we should be ruminated on what we did at that age and be grateful it's not recorded for everyone to see forever. I agree to an extent, but sorry, this chair's noisy. So JoJo was not on the show. I keep yawning. JoJo was not on the show as long as these other girls. So yes, she was abused and traumatized, but not to the extent that everyone else was. Like, that's just a fact. I think the biggest problem that people have with JoJo now is the way JoJo is now. Yes, she was annoying on the show, but I mean, in my opinion, she's more annoying as an adult than she was as a kid on the show. But also, a lot of the things that she got made fun of on the show were low blows, like her speech impediment, her bow obsession. Like, she's like 9 and she's obsessed with bows. Like, that's okay. It's okay if a little girl likes to wear bows in her hair. And like JoJo, she's talented. Like, she was a good dancer. I mean, her technique wasn't always the best, but she had really good turns. She had really good stage presence. As someone who's like in the subreddit, but also is just like aware of what's going on in like pop culture and stuff, people are annoyed with her for the way she is now, not so much for when she was on the show. The time Nia beat Kalani. I love Nia, but let's be realistic, lol. Yes. Okay. So, obviously, this was, I don't know when this was. Season 5, maybe? Abby put Nia and Kalani up against each other, and between the two of them, whoever won would get a solo at Nationals. Abby made Bye Felicia, which is a fun jazz dance. Wasn't super technical, it was more of like a performance dance. Nia was set up to not win, because Abby would have rather had Kalani at Nationals. And Kalani got like a pretty dance. However, this competition is unique because it was judged by kids, and the judges made Nia win. Nia beat Kalani at that competition, and Abby was hesitant to give Nia a solo. She ended up giving her a solo anyway, but Holly and Nia kind of had to like fight for it. That being said, despite Nia being set up to fail and how fucked up that was and how cool it actually was that she was able to beat Kalani did dance better that day. Her dance was better, her technique was better. I don't want to say in no world was Nia deserving of that win, because that sounds awful and I love Nia, but just putting those performances side by side alone and like removing all context, Kalani should have won, in my opinion. When Abby wanted to kick the Highlands off the team in season 4, I can't blame her. The regression in Brooke's dancing was noticeable, not because she's a bad dancer or got worse, but because she truly didn't care or want to be there. And yes, Abby's definitely to blame for Paige and Brooke not improving in dance. I agree wholeheartedly. I think when Paige broke her foot, that's when she like declines a lot. And if you were to go and watch Brooke's solos that she took to competition like before she was on the show, you can tell how much she loved dancing and stuff, and you don't see that same passion on the show. And I wonder if it's because that she was on television that like she lost interest in it so much. And like, I hate to say it, like Paige was not improving. Nia was also weak, but you could at least like notice improvement. You could notice like improvement in Nia's technique around this point in the show versus how she was in season 1. Paige is not as much though. All right, that's enough Reddit for me today. Thank you guys for watching. I have a little announcement to make. So next week's video is gonna be my last one for a while. Aww. I'm not gonna say that this account is like gonna be dead after next week, because I would like to keep posting on it because I have had fun. It's just I'm not gonna lie, I've had a really hard time like posting every week. I've seriously gained a lot of respect for like influencers and YouTubers after having to film and edit and have things posted every week at the same time. And I mean, I'm doing this alongside having like a hectic ass class schedule and extracurricular shit and whatnot. So yeah, this is something I would like to continue, but it's probably not gonna be like a post every week thing. So don't leave me, please. I appreciate you guys watching and having fun with me every week. Please follow me on Instagram at Save Your Tears Vlog. TikTok is the same at Save Your Tears Vlog. And please like and subscribe. I will be posting again next week, and yeah. And don't forget to save your tears for the pillow. You know, I never really figured out how to film a good outro. That's something I'm gonna have to learn to do if I want to keep doing this. Anyways, save your tears for the pillow. Bye, guys.
I said, Brooke, is your mother speaking for you?